So it's the 3rd of August, and I've actually been off the diet for over a week now. And since I had my COVID injection, I'm not feeling 100%. And we got this bad melon, which I've documented. And so there's still some more of it left there, but I just dug out the last of that melon, which was, I was supposed to have some of that for breakfast, but because I felt like shit from the COVID injection, I ended up not doing that. But my husband really wanted another trifle, so I made another trifle. And this time I took most of the seeds out, because he said leave the seeds in, and then you're eating it and you're like, is it a seed or is it a chocolate nib? So I made another trifle. I got a sugar-free jelly, but it turns out the jelly was made from artificial sweetener, and it doesn't tell you what kind of sweetener, and I suspect it's the wrong kind. The custard this time I put monk fruit sweetener in, and then there's the nibs, which have got artificial sweetener as well, but I wouldn't recommend it. They taste weird. So I think next time I'll just get like 90% or highest percentage of dark chocolate and put that on instead. Whichever chocolate has got the least amount of sugar in it. So we went to the movies, and they were offering us free ice cream, and I thought, well, I'd rather get something like a protein bar, so I ended up getting this, and my husband got this. This has got 60 grams of carbs, and what was it? 60 grams of it is sugar, whereas mine is 35 grams of carbs per 100 gram and 22 grams of sugar per 100 gram. And I had 2 bars in the end. I should have only had 1. So I had 16 grams of sugar while I was watching the movie. But because I'm not on a diet, well, I still tried to be responsible. I mean, it probably would have been better for me to just have the ice cream in the end. But I know I don't like those ice creams. Anyway, my husband's just taken 2 of these bars to work as a snack. Anyway, they taste a little bit strange, but I'm going to be looking into some low-calorie alternative sweet treats when I'm not on a diet. So it's 203 calories per bar, which is a lot. I would want something that's less calories than that. Anyway, I've still got some soup, some celery soup left over, and I've got some chicken. My husband put chicken in the celery soup and made a chicken soup. So that's an option for me if I want to do that. Or what I did was I fried some chicken in a pan yesterday. So I took a small portion of chicken, fried it in a pan, added a bit of Cajun seasoning to it, and then I used my steamer, my potato steamer, and I did a mashed potato with butter and a carrot and my last 2 Brussels sprouts. And I had that for dinner last night. And today we went for the big breakfast at the Dome before we went into the movies. And I had 1/3 of the sausage and 1 piece of bacon and about 1/3 of the scrambled egg, and left my husband eating the rest of it, and he couldn't eat it. He said, "You're going to have to help me, I'm getting full," but I was already full myself, so I didn't want to eat any more. So I had to eat a little bit more just so that he could get it finished. So it's a shame, really, because, I sort of force-fed myself extra food. And also wanted to save room for, well, maybe the ice cream or whatever I was going to eat for afters. So we had 30 minutes left over, so I said, why don't we go to the shop and get something a bit healthier to have? And so we took a coffee. I ended up drinking the entire coffee. So, you know, there's a lot of milk in I had a cappuccino, a large cappuccino, and I ended up drinking the whole thing to myself. So I think that's 200 calories there. So I think I had 600 calories in snacks after my meal. So I did that, the big breakfast, so a third of a big breakfast at dawn, which was, I had an eighth of a hash brown, lots of the half a fried tomato, some mushrooms, and 2 pieces of bacon, and about a third of the sausage, and half of a piece of bread with butter on it, and I was full. So I think what's happened is this diet has shrunk both of our stomachs, and we can't handle that much food anymore, because I used to have to eat fast to make sure I got my share of the food. Now it's like I don't even want half of the food. I only want like a third of the food. I can't manage it, and he couldn't manage that extra amount that I left him. So yeah, we can't even share a big breakfast anymore. It's too much for us. So yeah, I wasn't keen on these bars, even though I did eat 2 of them. My husband's taken them. I'll have to ask him how he feels about them. But mind you, Aldi, I got this from Aldi. And Aldi food always does taste a bit weird. So I'm going to be looking into bars that have less sugar and more protein. And so if I go to movies or something like that, I have an alternative treat to have with my coffee. And hopefully my husband will eat some of it instead of leaving it all to me to eat.